Also, our Reverend Bartley set this up today. And I heard everything I needed to hear. I'm ready to go eat. Food in the basement. There's some chicken if you want to bring it. It's a pleasure to be. Please sit down. It's a pleasure to be here in Elizabeth. And I want to thank Pastor Bartley for putting this together. Thank him for sure. I know Reverend Roundtree had a business in it, so I appreciate Reverend Roundtree, all the preachers and pastors that came out tonight. I thank you for your presence, for your prayers, for your encouragement, for going to God and interceding for us all the time, and especially now because we need it now more than ever. And everybody else who showed up to give us support and encouragement, we thank you as well. And I thank Reverend Pastor over here, Johnny Green, who's my pastor. I'll say that. And you can see why. He was moving the day, brother. I definitely appreciate that. I mean, he called something down. And it wasn't down, he is down here now. That's for sure. But tomorrow we have a very, very, very important thing to do.
That's right.
The important assignment that we all have. In fact, tomorrow, I don't want to hear people telling me on Wednesday that they're going to vote for me. It's over on Wednesday. If you don't do it tomorrow, you can't do it. So I need you and your family members and everybody you know to get out, make sure they go vote tomorrow. And if you haven't voted already, you still have one more day to get it done, all the way up until 8 p.m. You got an opportunity to be a part of making history in the state of New Jersey. And not just in New Jersey, but in this country. You got an opportunity to make history in this country. Be the fourth only African American governors the country has ever seen in the history of the country. I believe right? There's only one acting today, and that's Governor Wes Moore in Maryland. When we win, it'll be two of us. He already said he didn't want to be there by himself. And he needs some help. So we get a chance to go up there and give the brother some assistance, some help in these very dangerous and dark times. It's very appropriate that Pastor Green referred to his thing as a pit, because it's certainly a pit. If you didn't know it was a pit, you could see what's going on the news, and it's sure pitiful, right? And that's for sure. If you look at what's happening in California right now, you can see these people have now said they're going to call 500 Marines to be on the streets of California. Posse comitatus, right? Being able to the law says you can't use the military against the people of this country. But you know, Donald Trump is going beyond the Constitution, beyond democracy, beyond what we know, beyond the courts. He's doing everything in his power to pull us down and around and apart, so that we don't have any cohesiveness, any authority, any power whatsoever. He's trying to break us down. The only thing that we know is that even though he's in charge, we know God is still in charge. And he's never forsaken us or left us. And he brings us this far to discipline now. I know that we've been through both world wars, the Korean War, Vietnam, Jim Crow, and slavery. And we've been through lynchings, Black Wall Street, and everything else. And the next day, or the next generation, we got up and did it again. They wouldn't let us in their churches, we started our home. They wouldn't let us in their fraternities, we started our home. They didn't put us in their schools, we built our own schools. God has always put a solution in our problems. He's always put an answer in our grief, right? In the middle of impossibility, he's always the possible. The thing that never changes, the hand that's always steady. He's always there. That's why we always wind up here in the church meeting, right? That's why we always wind up in the basement of religious institutions trying to call on something higher than what we have the strength to call on, because honestly, we can't take care of this thing by ourselves. That's right. Yeah. Which is why we're asking for assistance. And this is why it's important for us to be here the day before tomorrow. That's right. This is a moral moment.
Yes.
It is certainly a moral moment when 4 kids sat in Woodworth lunch counter in North Carolina, from North Carolina A&T. 4 kids left the university and went to desegregate lunch counters, but that wasn't all the kids in the school.
Yeah.
Some of those kids in the school chose to stay in their dormitories. Some was in that circle in that meeting and heard that and got afraid and didn't show up that day. Some of those folks made up an excuse and said they were sick, had COVID before COVID even came out. They decided not to go to that lunch counter, so they made a decision not to show up. It's a moral moment. 4 kids showed up that day. And because they showed up that day, Jim Crow began to dismantle. We gotta understand that the decisions we make now are going to judge us years from now. That the decisions we decide we choose now is going to judge us years from now, right? When those 4 little girls blew up in the church in Birmingham in Alabama, some pastors preached about it the next Sunday. Some others were too afraid to say anything about it on that Sunday. They didn't say anything about it at all. Some people decided to march about it, to protest about it, to go outside about it. More importantly, some people came to the church when they rebuilt it. And some folks decided to stay away from it because they made a decision not to be involved in it. They came up with all kinds of excuses why they shouldn't participate. They were really afraid, and I would be more respectful for people if they just say I was afraid. They say there's a reason they do it. Is they have some kind of plan or some strategy. Just say you scared. That's really what it is. When the little rock down was walking into the school, the desegregated schools, either you threw rocks at them or you was outside protecting them, right? And so at the end of the day, the history judges the people of that time. And we certainly going to be judged about what's going on now. As they taking Medicaid away and Social Security and veterans benefits, as they pull in diversity and equity inclusion off, at the same time they're attacking African American museums, telling you you can't read Maya Angelou, taking money from universities that are teaching black history, money from universities that have international students. They are putting pressure on us all over the country to be silent, to be quiet, to go on the sideline. And some of us think it's okay. We come up with things and say the best way for us to fight right now is just be cautious. Be moderate. People ask me how you gonna work with Trump. Well, how do you work with somebody that's trying to kill you? And so they call this a strategy. I had an interview today. They said, listen, how are you going to work with Donald Trump? Well, that's an odd question. How am I going to work with the robber in my house? I'm going to work him out the back door. But the reality is they think there's something wrong with you when you defend yourself. So they say, oh, how are you going to be the governor and not work with the president? Yeah, I'm going to work with him. I'm going to work with him to get out of here. The problem is we're scared and we just don't want to say we're scared. I got a lot of friends in New Jersey who didn't get permission to support me.
Come on now.
They just don't have the permission to say that I support you. And they do, and they come up to you in secret and say, I got you, brother. And I get it, but the time is going to judge you. What's happening right now in this moral moment, you're going to be judged by this moment. Now, it's okay. It's okay. I need your support. I want your support. But you should be really thinking about yourself. Because history will judge you in the public sphere. What you did, what you chose to do and not do because you are afraid or you're trying to protect your relationship to power as opposed to the power of the people. You're trying to protect your proximity to privilege. And that's really what it is. At this moment, and you're afraid to say that I support this brother. I support this black man. I support my friend. Because I support him because when COVID was here, he was with me. When they was marching on the street, he was with me. When they needed to end violence in our city, he was with me. When we was coming up with plans to give finances and money to black and brown businesses, he was with me. When I went to the U.S. Conference of Mayors and talked about things, he was with me. When we got the urban mayors and talked about how we improve our position, he was with me. When I said that we have to be together all the time and not let these people divide us, I said yes at that time, but you judge a person by the time of inconvenience and not the time of convenience. And at the end of the day, when things was okay, I don't need you to be my friend when things are okay. I need you to be my friend when my life is on the line, when I'm on the edge of the cliff, when I'm walking up the mountain with no water and my legs is hurting. I need you to be my friend when I got a pain in my back and my stomach is hurting and my hands are weary. When I work too hard and I'm sweating and I'm hungry, I need my friends to show up. When I go to doors with no food, I need you to provide me food. When I need a bed to rest in, I need you to provide me a bed. When my children are out by themselves because I got something to do, I need you to take my children out. That's what friends are supposed to do. That's what I need you now. I need you now in this moral moment as the state bears its ugly head down on me and attack my family, attack my children, attack my wife, attack my friends, dismantle what we have. I need you, your friendship today. You can't come out and say I love you but be with somebody else. I need your friendship today. I need it today as they come after me. I need you to stand in the gap with me. I need you to be in the gap with me because I was in the gap with you. That's what I need right now. More than ever. More than ever, that's what I need right now. Don't come up with no excuse and no strategy. Tell me that you are afraid. And I would have respect for you. And I would pray for you. Because I'm scared too. I want you to think I'm not afraid. Because I'm afraid too. When they put me in cuffs, I was afraid. When they said it was a cuff Medicaid, I was afraid. When I had to get up there and sue these people, I got afraid the night before. I was afraid. But I pray that God don't turn my fear into cowardice. That I might be afraid, but I ain't gonna be no coward. That in the face of my fear, I'm gonna stand up anyway. I'm gonna speak anyway. I'm gonna keep my head up with my hands behind my back anyway. When I walk out the jail, I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna shed no tear. I'm gonna speak loud and proud about who I am and what I am. I'm gonna be afraid, but I'm not gonna be a coward. I'd rather you just say you're afraid. This is a chance for us. We ain't gonna have this chance forever. God gave us this opportunity to do something different. We either do it or we don't. We either do it or we don't. I'm going to sit down. Somebody said to me yesterday, he sent me a text and said, brother, I love you because, and I want to say thank you because when you first started this race, you talked one way and you talked the same way at the end of the race. I saw you at the War Memorial and I saw you 2 days ago and you sound like the same person. I'm glad that you started off the same way and you're ending the same way. And I basically said to him, well, I don't got no other choice. I don't got nowhere to go. I don't got nowhere to run. I don't got no other friends to be with, or another city to live in. This is my community, my town, my neighborhood. This is who I am. My mother and father, my mother was black, her mother was black, her mother was black, her mother was black. I come from a long line of black women that worked hard and prayed hard. I don't have no other choice but to say what I mean and mean what I say. How can I be afraid coming from the brick city? How can I not stand up? Where would I go? How can I go back home? How can I go in my household? How can I go around my community and my friends and turncoat the very people that protected me when I was 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and 18 and 19 and 20 and 24? I gotta stand up for the people who stood up for me. People sacrificed themselves so I could go to college. People sacrificed themselves so I could be a councilman. People sacrificed themselves so I could be a mayor. People sacrificed themselves so I could be in this race for governor. People sacrificed themselves so we can fight right now. I don't have nothing else to do. I don't have the right to run. I don't have the right to be to go the other way. I don't have the right to quit or lay down. I don't have that right. And neither do you. And neither do you. I know you think you got everything you got because you're good looking, because you're smart, but you ain't the smart in the world. There were people smarter than me that lived before me that didn't get the opportunities that I got. Because they sacrificed their intelligence. They sacrificed their opportunity. So I could go in the rooms that were paid for me already.
Amen.
I go in those debates like I belong there. I go in those forums like I belong there. I talk to people like I'm supposed to talk to them. I go in the room because I belong there. I'm in this race because I'm supposed to be. I'm at the end of the race at the top because they laid it out for me already. Somebody paid the price of their own blood, their own time, their own children so I could be in those rooms. People prayed for me in the dungeon in West Africa. In the backwoods of Mississippi on a stoop in a language they didn't even know. They learned the Bible in a language they didn't even know. They found out the Bible through the cross. They prayed for me to be a governor of a state they ain't even heard of, in a place they ain't even know, in a city they ain't even been to before. They prayed that this day would come, that Tuesday would pass, and on Wednesday we wake up and Ras will be the Democratic nominee for the governor of the state of New Jersey. This black man with his black wife and his black children going to be in the state house, because God said so. God bless you. We gotta move on. I see Rick just came in. Let's move on now. You heard from the next governor, state of New Jersey.